Okay, welcome to the Beyond the Box podcast. You're here with myself and Nikki, and today we have Patty P on with us. So I'll turn it over to Nikki to get y'all introduced.
All right, Patty P. We wanted to bring Patty on to the Beyond the Box podcast because of what she does, how she does it, talking about an athlete that might be over the age of 30 and how we work out. So I want to introduce you to Patty.
Hello.
Hey, here's Patty. So Patty, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 70, just turned 70 last March 10th. Married, I have no kids of my own.
You've got kids, you've got all of us in here.
Yeah, well,
maybe.
right.
You got your hands full.
I spent my whole career in nursing as an RN, 40 plus years, and I did a whole bunch of different things. So it was fun. You know, I got to see a lot of different things and do a lot of different things. It was never boring. I just retired, I guess, in the last couple of years since COVID, and it's allowed me to be able to work out more, which is something I always wanted to do. So now I'm working out pretty much 5 days a week, which you can't do that when you're working. Or you can try, but it's hard.
It's hard.
It's a lot harder.
One of
Very
the
hard.
reasons that we discussed that we wanted you to come on the podcast is you just said it, you're 70 years old. You work out 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us first off, what brought you into CrossFit? What brought you into that exercise mindset?
Well, I was working out with a group of bodybuilders and that competed in this bikini stuff, and I don't know what you call it.
Yeah. Bikini
Yeah.
physique.
Fitness competition.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it
the
depends on
fitness
the division.
competition.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd been going to the Y every day for a couple years, working out with them, and I really enjoyed it, and I liked the weights.
When did that start? How long ago?
That started about 7 years ago when I first moved to DeLand.
So you're 63 years old?
Yeah, I was,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
63.
All right.
So I started with them, and I really liked them. And then for some reason, I wanted to do something. I didn't really want to compete in that, but I wanted to do something else. And one of the ladies there was doing this bombshell fitness thing out of Orlando. And I said, I think I'm going to do that. What do you think about that? And this girl, Alyssa, said, you know what you should do? You should go over to CrossFit. Go over to that Nika CrossFit place. She says, I know somebody there. She knew Emily, and they had competed together in this fitness competition thing.
Yeah.
And she said, they've got some kind of special. So that's what I did. And when I went over there, I met Nikki, was the first person I met, and we did the foundations.
Right.
And
You go way back.
it was like love at first sight. I just, bam, I just took to it.
Yeah.
And
So how long have you been doing CrossFit? I don't even know.
5 years in August.
You have me beat. By like a whole year.
5 years in August.
She's an
Yeah.
OG. She's been doing it for a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
So-
I think I'm 4 in fall. I could be wrong. No, I might be 5 in
Might
fall.
be fall in the,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the fall.
I can't remember when I first met you. I know
Yeah, because
that
Emily was still there when
Emily-
I got there. So yeah, I might
So
be.
it's gotta be close to
I think I'm
5
like 3
then.
months after you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, CrossFit and the benefits for you. What have you found that has been the most amazing thing since you started?
there's a lot of things that the things I like about it, because you get to do a little bit of everything. I love lifting weights, although I'm not particularly a strong person. I don't lift heavy. I just really, really like to do those moves.
Yeah.
And I love the gymnastics, and I like the cardio. I like the variation of CrossFit, and I like the camaraderie. I work out a lot harder. I mean, I worked out pretty hard by myself, on my own, with my own programming, and I liked programming my own stuff.
Yeah.
But there was something to be said about working out with a group and meeting people and having a common motivation and goal. It was just really awesome,
Yeah.
If you look at, too, for somebody's listening to the podcast, when Patty speaks of gymnastics, so gymnastics, she is on the rig.
Right? Still trying to do a pull-up. I've been trying to do a pull-up for 7 years.
But hanging on the rig,
Right.
doing knee raises, working
Right.
on toes to bar, and we have 20-year-old athletes that are
Yeah.
working. You're
Yes.
working at the same skills as the 20-year-olds are.
And the handstand push-ups and the handstands, the handstand walks. There's a lot of gymnastics involved in CrossFit. So even though I'm not that great at it. I think I would have been had I started a lot younger, because there was a time back when I was a kid that we used to play on the monkey bars all day long, and
Think about it.
you never think anything about it, you just did it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I was 26 when I started, and I still said that. Like, imagine if I could have started sooner. And
right.
I mean, I think we all have that. Like, once we find something that we love, we're like, man, if we'd
but
only
you've
found it a little
accomplished-
sooner.
this girl can do it all.
Yeah.
I'm still scratching it, but it's okay. I'm still able to do it.
Yeah,
that's it. That's where
That's where I was at.
I'm
I think you're
enjoying it,
still
yeah.
able to do it.
I'm still able to try to do it, and to do the modified scaled part. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Well, and that's the thing that, like, I personally love about CrossFit is, like, you joke that I can do it all, but, like, there is so much that I cannot do. And that's one of the things that's refreshing about it, because I would probably call myself, like, you know how in relationships there's serial monogamy? That's what I did with sports before CrossFit. Like, I'd go from, like, I did basketball, and then volleyball, and then track, and then yoga, and then I was running obstacle course races, and I really didn't do anything for more than two or 3 years, because it just kind of like...
Well, it takes up all your time when you're competing, you
you get to a point and
I
you're
did the same thing.
Yeah.
I did the exact same thing. I mean, I played softball, I ran, I did martial arts for over 10 years.
Yeah.
And then I did horses for many, many years, competing. And then I went to running again and biking, and so or tennis. I played tennis for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And you have to spend all your time do it if you're going to be good at it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I really liked, about CrossFit. I felt like I spend more time. I felt like the time I was spending, I was getting better results.
Yeah.
And like, all right, tennis, you're having fun doing it, but are you getting the workout you need?
Yeah.
And then in
The
order to
health
play
benefits
well,
that come from it.
I mean, you're doing some running, I give you that and all. And I mean, it is very physical, but I spent a lot of time training in tennis, playing tennis. I had no time left.
Yeah.
If you're working, so then I really wasn't in really good shape. So now I'm spending instead of spending 6 hours a week on tennis, I'm spending all of it in this place.
Yeah.
And
Yep, the sport of fitness.
Sport of fitness, right.
and I'm getting a little bit of everything. I mean, I still miss some other things, but
Yeah. Well, that's
I like
another
the-
thing
I
too.
like the
Is like we
fitness.
talk about part of the CrossFit methodology is like try new sports, and so
You're
like
prepared for them. after
yeah,
doing
yeah,
CrossFit.
like for sure. Like there's definitely like we all started playing a little bit of pickleball,
Pickleball, yeah.
and a lot of people are picking it up really quickly
Right.
because that ability to change motion, balance, that kind of stuff is stuff that
and
we
you're
train
in
every
shape
day.
because
Yeah.
if you're
don't get
playing
tired.
if you're playing a sport and you're serious about it, you really have to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
But when I got to the age I am, and then working and everything, I felt like I have to kind of concentrate in how can I get the most out of what I've got with the time that I have.
Yeah.
And that's how that was another focus of mine on picking CrossFit.
So if you had the health benefits of you doing CrossFit, as I'm not a young athlete anymore myself. What do you say the benefit that affects you the most, staying active and staying involved in CrossFit?
Wow.
Nikki's all about the best and all
best,
these
yeah,
superlatives.
all about the
Well, there's a lot of benefit. I mean, let's just face it. If without your health, you really have nothing.
Yeah.
So, and without your movement, you really have nothing. So,
Yeah.
with it, you get everything. You kind of work every aspect
Yeah.
of your body in CrossFit.
Yeah, the well-roundedness is the
so
benefit.
you're getting your mobility, you're getting your strength training, and you're getting your cardio. You're getting everything that you need to be as healthy as you can. All you have to add then is your rest periods and your nutrition.
Yeah.
So, whereas you can't get all of that necessarily playing one sport. I mean,
Yeah.
the ideal thing would be to play the sport and do CrossFit if you could squeeze that in.
Yeah.
I mean, now I have the time. Now I don't have the energy. Back when I had the energy to do two sports at once,
Yeah.
I didn't have the time because I was working 40 hours a week. But
Yeah.
Patty says she don't have the energy, but all of us while we're in here working out with her, every single one of us is like, if I can be like Patty when I am 70 years old, this is a goal for us, because
yeah,
we talk about. I was talking to you about Dr. Kelly Starrett. I was just listening to one of his podcasts, and he talks about range of motion, being able to move the body in the order and at the range of motion that the body's supposed to move in, and that's a pre-indicator of mortality. You know,
That's
being
right.
able to move. You know, so when you go into a squat, Patty goes into a full range of motion squat, and then she goes into a full range of motion squat with weight.
That's
and
right.
That's going to
Hopefully. You
Yep.
know, I know one thing, I'm going to have a lot more fun while I'm living.
yes, ma'am.
If I don't live longer, I'm going to have a lot more fun while I'm living, and that's
Yeah.
kind of where.
Yeah. I
Quality
mean,
of
it
life.
goes back to that old school, like, saying, like, use it or lose it.
Right,
Like,
Use it or lose it. That's it. That's it.
it doesn't
so
have
true.
to be more complicated than
No,
that.
really, it doesn't.
I've always liked activity, so
Yeah.
even from a young age, when a lot of people didn't want phys ed, you know, I was like,
Yes.
sign me up. I love it, you know, I don't care.
I mean, even, just look at what you did today. Did benchmark workout Nancy, and you know there was 30-year-olds struggling with that workout, 40 years old struggling with that workout, and at 70 you ran five 400-meter
Yeah,
runs
those-
with 15 overhead squats each round, and
I did-
came
I
in
did very
at
well. I came
just
in
a
under-
little over 20 minutes. Knocked
I
that
did
out of
pretty
the park.
good. I actually did pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
I might could have shaved off a little here and there,
See,
but
Patty's always going to
Yeah.
try to get a better
Well,
time. Which is
the
great.
great thing is, I don't know if you've been told this, it's a benchmark, so you're going to see it again later
Yeah,
this
see,
year.
well,
You're going to get that
I did
chance.
pretty good. I didn't think I really
Yeah.
didn't think I'd make it under. I was thinking more like 24 minutes, and I
Yeah.
actually did 20 minutes and 54 seconds, which
Yeah.
was pretty
Good.
good.
No.
I mean, I took a couple breathers and a drink of
Yeah.
water, but
I think I'm going to be taking a couple more breathers than
But
that.
I'm not
it's a
long,
little
not
roastier
long.
out there now.
Yeah, it's not
That's
like
gonna be
5
my-
or 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, not.
Yeah.
No, you'll kill it.
Do you find that you're still getting stronger?
I think so.
So
I think
anybody,
so. I've seen some results. I think it's harder at my age, but if I did a little bit better job on nutrition, I might could do better at the gains. But no, I feel like I've definitely gained some since I've started.
so we have athletes that are watching that are maybe over 50. So this is just proof that you can come into the gym.
Right. You're
and
not too old.
You're
You
not
can do
too
it.
old. You're going to
You can
give yourself a better quality of life.
You can do anything at 50. Trust me.
Did it anything at 60, and then you're doing it at
And
70.
if you keep doing it, the main thing is, especially as you get older, is to try to maintain that energy level, or try to maintain doing something. It doesn't have to be the hardest, you know, or like I tell myself sometimes when I'm tired, okay, I'm not going out there and try to be the first one. Just go out there and keep moving. That's what I tell myself.
great
And then
advice.
once I get involved in it, then of course I get more competitive because
Yeah.
that's my nature.
Yeah.
But
That is
but
definitely
I
Patty's
but I
nature.
tell but I tell myself in the beginning, just do it.
Yeah.
I don't care what the time is, just
Yeah.
do it. Do the technique the best you can. You know, keep doing it. Don't stop. You know, or if you just have to stop and
Yep.
do it slow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I noticed you were wearing your No Bull shirt today, and
No Bull.
I wore that to channel that energy today. Just one of those things,
Yeah.
like you get into your head, you're like, no bullshit. Like
Yeah,
we
let's just go.
gotta
Let's
you
just
gotta-
go. Yep.
clear the head and let's
Yeah.
move.
And there's days that you don't feel like 100%.
Yeah.
Mondays.
But usually when you get done with the workout, you're so happy that you did it, and you find that you did better than what you anticipated, and it's about getting your brain wrapped around, hey, we're going to be okay here. Let's do the best that we can, and it's better than sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right. You can always go home and sit on the couch when you get done.
Right, that's it.
And then
And you
go-
still ride horses too.
I haven't been riding much lately in the last year or so
Okay.
since I broke my foot, and then I had my knee issue, and I kind of got out of the habit of it. So the horses are on vacation.
Okay, they're probably chilling and enjoying that.
They're enjoying it. Believe me, they're not complaining.
Does your husband ride still?
He wants to. He doesn't ride without me, but he's been bugging me. He likes to ride. He's got a nice horse that he's comfortable on, and
And how old is Tom?
74.
So
And
still on the
he's-
horse riding. Yep, that's
He's trying his best to stay active, doing CrossFit once a week, and playing tennis, and
we gotta get him out pickleballing.
He plays tennis. I don't know if he would like pickleball. He's a serious tennis player.
So he and I have had chats about pickleball, and I don't think he could do
Not
it.
happening.
No, he just loves tennis so freaking much, and he
feel like he's
sees
cheating on the
pickle.
tennis?
Well,
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like he sees pickleball as a step down from tennis, and he loves what he does. And so, like, if you love what you do,
And
do
trust
it.
me,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
he's a terror to play tennis with. I used to play doubles with him, and he is a terror.
It just goes to show that as long as you have the right mindset and you're willing to do it, you're capable. You know, if somebody that was 67 years old that wants to walk into a CrossFit gym, you may not be where you're going to be in 6 months. But if you come in and you do the work, 6 months from the point of start, you're going to see drastic changes.
I think that's a misnomer. I think people think you're supposed to be in shape to come to CrossFit, and I think that's something I'd like people to know. You don't have to be in shape, because the coaches can scale to your ability.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what you're paying for. I mean, that's the benefit of CrossFit. Whereas you go to the Y and you're doing it on your own, it's really hard to keep up the motivation, you know. Plus you don't have the knowledge base. I mean, they do have coaches, but they don't. They really don't have the knowledge base that we do at CrossFit.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that because I've been there.
Yeah, the knowledge and just, I mean, we have so much exposure to diverse athletes here, like, and even if I haven't been exposed to someone who's going through something, you have, or we have an entire CrossFit community to lean on there. Like, if someone's going through something, I can be like, this is what I think. Let me get with Nikki and see if she has any recommendations, and then both of us have a plethora of resources beyond that.
And that's one thing that's great about Berserk and the athletes and the coaches, is that we do talk to one another to make sure that we're putting together the best, plan for a particular athlete. And we do a lot of talking back and forth of, tell me what your ideas are. And then we make sure we talk to you guys to make sure that we are understanding what your goals are and help you with getting to those. So somebody that watches the podcast and says, I am 65 years old, I really want to do it, but I'm scared. What do you say to them?
Come on in and meet Nikki or Kara, and
come to the 8:15 class.
Come to 8:15.
So you can meet Patty.
Patty will help you out. I mean, I'll show you where everything is, and
we'll go from there.
And just you don't have to be nervous. I mean, sometimes if you haven't been around people that lift weights that are serious about it, it can be very intimidating. And so it's just, the people here are very nice. I think if you come in there and you let them know I'm uncomfortable, or people will reach out to you. 100%. I mean, I try my best to reach out to the new ladies. I really do try that, because I know it can be very intimidating.
Yeah. I'll be completely honest. One of my favorite things to coach new athletes on is just getting them to drop the bar for the first time.
Yes. Just
like, it's the most fun thing ever. Because, I mean, even if you have been around weights someplace else, like, there's very few places where you're allowed to drop weights. So, like, even if it's just a deadlift, and I'm like, okay, just drop it. And they're like, they look at you like you're insane. I'm like, just let go.
Just let go. And they do. They give you that look like, let go.
And then the next one, you got the back rack, and it's like, okay, what you're going to do, you're going to let go. It's going to go one way. And you're going to go the other. And they do it, and they turn around and look at you like, ooh.
Oh, goodness. All right, Patty. We appreciate you so much sharing a little bit about you. And if you're watching a podcast, you know somebody that says, oh, there's no way I can CrossFit, I'm too old for it. Put them in front of the YouTube, or put them in front of the TV, the YouTube channel, and show them, here is real life right here. Real life right here, doing it. And tell them, for their health benefits and their just overall just quality of life.
Yeah, if you're local, stop by.
Yeah, come see us.
We also have the Rec Club if you want another way to get moving. That's just walking with weight. So that's a great way to start getting moving. And beyond that, like, if you're out of the area, feel free to reach out still. Like, we know people everywhere, and we can help you find a way to move.
Sure.
So.
And if you have questions after listening, and you got questions for Patty, shoot the questions, right in the comments section. We'll make sure Patty sees them, and we'll get Patty to respond back to you.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Beyond the Box.
Have a good one.
That's a wrap.